Facebook and YouTube and every place else. I am Deborah Henson-Conant, and I am here to talk about Hip Harp Academy and to show you what it's like inside and to answer your questions and to talk about why I do this and why it's so important to me. So this is a harp. And if you don't play the harp, you might still be interested. But if you play the harp, what I do is I teach impassioned harpists how to express themselves with their instrument. I do that by teaching improv techniques that I have spent a lifetime learning. And those are improv techniques that I learned about music, improv techniques that I learned about theater, writing, even movement. They also come from my background and foreground and medium ground as a composer. So what I'm teaching is how music works so that you are not learning a specific style. You're not learning a specific style of jazz or a specific style of classical music. You are learning how music works, the fundamentals of it, so that you can then take it and use it to express yourself with. For example, one of the things that I teach in the academy, or one of the things that I share in the academy each week, is what's called a snippet. And that is just a little tiny bit of, let me just show you. It's a little shape. Let me put this away. I'm trying out a new system here to see if this works. So let's see if I can push this back so you can, and hopefully you can still hear me and also see the harp. So I'm just going to show you that one of the amazing things about a harp is that once you get the harp, once you've tuned the harp, it's an amazing instrument in terms of making sense and using shapes to create sound. So this is an amazing shape here. I call it a 1-5-10 because you start at the bottom and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. And that literally those numbers counting up creates a shape. Once you have that shape, you start to realize that there's parts of that shape. There's the part you're playing with your left hand. There's the part you're playing with your right hand. You can move them around. And by literally just moving the shapes that you've created, you can create music. So I moved the top part, then I moved the bottom part, kept the top part the same. So this is just a principle of music, that you can keep one thing the same, move something else, and you start to get the interactions of the sound. You start to get a different harmony or use. I want to make sure that I'm using the right thing here. And I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. Okay. So let me know. I can actually see your chat. I can see the chats from all the different places theoretically. So what I'm showing you right now is sort of hello, let me bring this over here. What I'm showing you right now is the fundamentals of just something very, very, very simple. Very essential, I would say. It's also simple. It's fundamental. And because it's fundamental and simple, it can expand. And that's so much of what I teach in the academy, is something very simple that you can do at any level. Honestly, even if you didn't, quote, play the harp, you could play this shape. And then you could move that shape. Sorry, this is the first time I've had this microphone. So let's see. Maybe I can have it come down to me like this. I'll be listening afterwards to hear, like, could you hear me all the time? Anyway, so once you have those shapes and you know how to kind of separate them, I got my left hand shape, my right hand shape. I can move my right hand shape around, up and down, move my left hand shape around. I can move the whole shape around. And then I can move the whole shape around and move one part of it. It's infinite. I can take that shape and spin a melody off the top in either direction. I can rock on it. These are all These are so fundamental, so powerful, so beautiful. And when you get comfortable with these little snippets, they become the basis of improvisation. And what I'm always working to do is to help people get out of the notes on the page. So you start seeing music as a living, breathing thing, as an extension of you, and the instrument as an extension of you. So I am teaching how to play the harp, but really what I'm showing you is fundamentals of music as they live on the harp in such a way that you can express you at whatever technical level you are at now. This is just my personal, what's important to me is that I deeply believe that anyone can express themselves fully at any point with any technical ability or any disability, whether you only have I don't know, your fingers turn to, I don't know, if your fingers turn to Edward Scissorhands, maybe not on the harp, but if you, just that you could use anything, if you only had one finger on each hand. Like that's not the, the point is to be able to use what you have, whatever that is, to express yourself. So this is my fundamental MO, like why I do this. And why I teach it on the harp is because I know how to play the harp. And so it's exciting to me to see people and to be able to find out, what do you want to do? You want to tell stories with the harp? Okay, here's what you do. You want to sing? Okay, cool. This is what you do. I mean, I've spent a lifetime learning how to do this, being able to share it with other people, seeing other people's dreams come alive with these little skills that can grow into huge abilities and huge connection. That's what I love to do. So if you play the harp, I am inviting you in to Hip Harp Academy. There are 4 quarters in each year. We're just about to start the fall quarter, and each quarter has a different focus, although all of them are focused on freeing you from the notes on the page. This particular quarter is all about building repertoire. So like getting all the ingredients instead of going out and getting, okay, so the way most musicians learn a piece of music or think they have to learn music is, I go take this one thing and I learn how to play it. And I take a really long time and then I can play that one thing and I can play it. It takes 3 minutes to play it and then I've played it. That's like going and buying a gourmet meal and eating it, kind of. Although you could eat it more than once. But anyway, but what if you had an unlimited access to all the ingredients to make anything? That is what I am teaching you in the Academy. And this quarter is specifically about taking one creative framework and learning all the tools, learning how to put all the ingredients in so you can create. It's kind of like, it's sort of like learning to make a pie. And then you can use that recipe to make an apple pie, and you can learn it to make little tart pies, and you can learn it to make chicken pot pie, and you could make rhubarb pie, and you could make tortellinos. And I mean, once you learn the basics, you can do so many things with it. And then you can start a bakery. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it, is that this quarter, which is called Structure is Freedom, is all about having frameworks and the ingredients to go on that framework so you can create a bunch of pieces. Why is that important? We're just about to enter a holiday season, and harpists could be working, or you could be playing for your family. But in any case, this season is so much about being able to just like sit and play and have fun instead of sitting there and trying to memorize something. So anyway, that's what I love to teach, is those skills. So what I want to do is, first of all, let you know a couple of things. Academy enrollment is open at hipharpacademy.com. I think I put it right here and also in the post. The price of the Academy is going up on Saturday forever. People have been telling me forever to raise the price of the Academy. I'm doing it. I'm doing it on Saturday at midnight. So I really want you to get in before then because the price is going up about $700. And the cool thing is once you get in at that price is yours forever. And a lot of people stay in the Academy for a while. So number one, enrollment is open. Number two, the price is going up. So I want you to get in. If you're interested, get in now. Number three, I have a series of events coming in the next couple of days. And the first one is an open house Q&A, live open house Q&A on Zoom tomorrow. And the link is in the post. I'm going to give you a little preview to that. I want to take you behind the scenes. So what I've done so far is I kind of showed you the basis for an improv prompt. This thing that I showed you here, that could be used as an introduction or as an improv section in the middle of a piece. What I teach you in Structure is Freedom is a whole structure where you use a melody that's known, a melody and you then add improvisation to it. So you're building these, like sets. So you could sit down and instead of just sitting down, I'm going to play a piece, you could play a bunch of pieces using tunes that So that's what I'm teaching this quarter. I'm going to show you what the Academy looks like because a lot of times people are asking what it is like inside, so there are, let me just take you in and, okay, wait, Chris, whoa, that's a name. Karistiona, beautiful. Hello, what time would the classes be? I would be joining from Scotland and I would need to see if it's possible. So this is great. So first of all, there are three sort of things in the Academy. One is there are the classes, which are pre-recorded. There are the coaching sessions, sometimes called chats, sometimes called master classes. So the live ones, they happen live. They happen on Mondays. There are 2 times. One is in the morning here, which is 11 a.m. And we put it in 11 a.m. So a lot of the people from Europe come to the ones in the morning. And then we also have one in the afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And a lot of the people from Australia, New Zealand come to that one. So there's 2 each week, 2 chats each week. There's also a live office hour each week. And that switches. Sometimes it's on in the evening on Thursdays. Sometimes it's in the morning on Fridays. So we're always looking at where people are in the world because we have a lot of people in the US, but we also have a lot of people in the Academy in Europe and a lot of people who are in Australia, New Zealand, in that area. And so we scheduled the live parts so that people can come to them. We also have a catch-up coaching. I'll take you and I'll show you the schedule in a minute. So there's the live sessions, but everything is recorded and the replays for everything go up within 24 hours and sometimes within 2 or 3 hours. So I hope that answers that question. And I wish I could say it's Kairishiona. That is amazing. And you know what I love? One thing I love about your name is that it's almost as long as my name. So I don't have to be jealous of it because I am totally jealous of people who have really short names. There's also something here. Oh, great. Sure. Cherie said, this is the wonderful thing about joining the Academy and the way you teach, Deborah, the freedom to play and expand a tune so you don't have to spend all your time learning and remembering. Yes. I'm going to pull this up. So this is Cherie. She's in the Academy. You can ask her questions too, and she can answer them in the chat if she's able to stay. Correct. I have the memory of a sieve. I don't remember. I can't memorize. But I somehow, by using the methods that I created for myself, I can play whole shows without having to look at anything except, just the basic name because I'm always using a structure. And the structure, all I have to remember is just sort of a basic structure and the basics of the tune. And that is what I'm teaching you. And that's what Cherie is talking about, that you don't have to spend all your time learning and remembering, because I just don't have that time in my life and I don't want to do that. I want to be out playing and I want to see you guys out playing. And so that's what I want to be showing you how to do. So thank you, Cherie. And you are also doing some wonderful things like all the stuff you're learning with singing as well, which is really fun. So let me see if I can pull myself up. So I think I can. Oh, now I put the captions back. Okay, great. All right, I'm learning how to manage this thing here. Oh, right. Caristiona, who I'm saying your name wrong again. Oh, I see. Close this part. Yes. Oh, you're welcome. All right. So let me just take you in and show you what it looks like. And if you guys can tell me, this is a totally new setup for me. If the sound is good, if you can hear me, just let me know. All right. So I am going to share my screen and take you in and practice this. All right. So window, here we go. All right. So you'll probably just see me in a second. And hopefully you will see Hip Harp Academy. And I'm going to come back and double check that. No. All right, let me try that again. All right, let's try this one. Okay, great. All right, so what I want to do is show you what it is like. And I may have a little bit of trouble doing this, but let me just pull this over. This is a new, what I'm looking at right now is just a different kind of setup than what I'll be, when we're in the Q&A, we'll be using Zoom. Oh, good, this is really working. Okay, great. So once you get into the Academy, if when you're joining, let me just show you what the, if you were joining new, what happens is you get Hip Harp to hipharpacademy.com. And so this is the info page. This is the first place you get. And you can just click here to register now. If you know that you want to join, you can just click that as soon as you get in, or you can read through this. And this is going to tell you how long it is until that price goes up, because I don't want you to miss it. This tells you what it's like. This tells you what it's like in year 1, year 2, and year 3 of the Academy. Some people only stay for a year. They're getting the basics. Some people stay 2, 3 years, or much longer. And each year they're expanding what they're learning. So what you're getting in the Academy is classes, coaching, and community. And I can show you more about that. I'll show you more about that tomorrow. This just gives you a basic overview. This is what we're learning this quarter. You'll see a little bit more about that once we get into the Academy. We're basically using the 5-part scaffolding or framework to extend any simple tune into a full arrangement, with or without jazz elements. You can do it either way. We learn that basics and then we add to it. When this is the part that is there 24/7, the Learning Vault, there's a whole bunch of classes you can go to anytime. We're usually using 1 or 2 of them each quarter as the basic curriculum that we're working on. So this quarter, we're using Hip Harp Toolkit, which is right here. And we're using Jazz for Harps for people who want to do this in a jazzier way, but Hip Harp Toolkit lets you learn to do this in a meditative way, therapeutic way, using folk music, whatever. And then we often use other classes just for specific things. So those are the classes that are available 24/7. Then there's the live coaching, where people are actually playing things and you and I am coaching. I'm not criticizing you. There's no critiques. It's all about what is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to do? And then I'm helping you do that with the skills that you have right now. These are some wonderful quotes that people gave. This gives you a sense of the community and the amazing harpists all around the world, all of whom are incredibly supportive because everyone is challenging themselves to step out of their own stuckness and to express themselves. And that's what makes it such a powerful, powerful community. And our motto is, it's all about connection, not perfection. We're all struggling with perfectionism. This next quarter began on Monday, so this is the perfect time to start. This tells you again how long until the price goes up, but it's still, it's still far less. It's about what is it, like 118. If you were to do installments, it's less if you pay it in full, and that's less than you would pay for one or two professional lessons a month, and yet you have constant access and 3 or 4 hours of live virtual access each week. And this is all about don't die with your music inside you, even for a moment, even for a day. So I'm going to jump over here, see if there's any questions so far or any comments. Okay, great. So I'm just going to keep showing you guys this. I'm going to take you in. So here's the dashboard once you're in the academy. This is where we are now. Structure is freedom. Once you're in the academy, there's so much that's available in the academy that I'm always trying to create structures to help you just focus on exactly what you want to work on. Although it's really fun to just go check everything out. But these are the things we will be looking at this quarter. The 5-part arrangement form, that's the framework we're using. I already showed you these 2 classes. And then often there are support trainings that it's fun to go look at. If you want more, if you want to stop everything in your life and just learn stuff, here's the vault. And there's a lot here. But it can be overwhelming, and that is why I focus it for you. So this is just the beginning. All right, so I'm going to take you and show you a couple things. The calendar page. This is a really important page where you get all the links to the live events. Like each week there's a chat, an office hour, and catch-up coaching, usually each week. Then there's other special groups and events that happen that are live. But this is where you can get them all the links. And you were asking about the schedule. You can see here, like this is this week. On Monday, there was the morning chat. There was a team meeting at 4, and then there was the afternoon chat. And then you can see there's a Harp Keepers Book Club tomorrow. And I forgot to put the Q&A on there. I'll put that on later. There's catch-up coaching on Thursday, and then office hour on Friday. And so you can see that each week we switch the office hour and catch-up coaching, and we put one that's really 7 p.m. is great for people in the U.S., and it's great for people in Australia, New Zealand, but not good for people in Europe. And the 11 a.m. is really good for people in Europe and not good for people in Australia, New Zealand. So we switch those back and forth a lot. I'm going to show you this, which is, each quarter there's a class notes that, again, keep you on track. And I'm just going to show you that exists so the thing is for you to not get lost. And because it's just, there's so much here that I'm trying to help keep you focused. So I'm just showing what the basic content is this quarter. And then we have some really cool things where, like, this is one page where this is your entire quarter. It shows you all the repertoire you're going to learn. You're going to list it here. It has all the left-hand patterns you can learn, and you only have to learn one of each on each of these. A bunch of these are all just the toolkit things that you can learn, all the ingredients that you can add onto that basic recipe that you'll learn. And then this is a weekly, you can just kind of see what your homework is going to be. If you're on the jazz track, that's a more advanced track. You're going to choose 1 to 3 rhythms that you're going to be working on. You're going to choose these 1 to 3 warm-ups. You're going to maybe go on to this. You're always only going to the point where you still are comfortable, and then start stretching from there. But you're playing from day one. This is I'm calling it the framework for creative accomplishment, but this is basically your project management. Like if everybody is working on a little project or a big project each quarter. And so this helps you organize that. And it gives you, we started the warm-up week, and then we work on the framework, and then we start adding to it until you finally have your project. And you don't have to do a project, but a lot of people like to do a project, especially at this time of year. They like to create something that they're going to give as a gift. It's better than buying a gift. There's a bunch of other things here that we use, but basically they're just frameworks to help you and worksheets that help you to either focus your vision. We had a vision workshop, and we're going to have another one on Saturday. Here's a list of a bunch of ingredients, so you know that you can use them and learn them in different ways. And then this is how you build your repertoire. So literally with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 worksheets, you can organize absolutely everything that you're going to be doing in the Academy this quarter. I want to show you 2 more things, and then I'm just going to come back out again. So we have a chat. The chats, the master classes, they are all recorded. And then you can come and look at them. And you can see what we did this session. Tammy writes out, this was the snippet from this week. This is a link to the handout that we used. Actually, this is a link to another way you can work on something. And this is a link to the handout. Here were the questions, like some of the content that was in this chat. And then here's the 11 a.m. chat. And you can download the audio if you'd prefer to just listen to it and not watch it. And then this is the afternoon chat. So that's what it looks like. You get to, and there's, again, if you want to stop everything you're doing in your life and just come in and get access to content, there's all these chat replays, 2022, going back, 2021. It just goes on and on and on. You don't have to worry about that, but we've been working to organize the content so you can go in and you can see, we have little notifications here of what happened in each one so you can find stuff. This is really just the archive page, but I'm just really proud that we have all of this so that everybody can take a look at it. For example, there was one of the students came and organized all the warm-ups somewhere. I'm not sure where I don't know where they are, but it's easy to find. Anyway, so and that's one of the things I model for you. I'm going to come out of here now. Our motto is connection, not perfection. And I model that every single day. That is because you can't learn, you can't expand, you can't grow into who you are if you're worried about perfection. And yet we all are. And perfectionism is one of the most detrimental things to learning. And yet, we're always dealing with it. So that gives you a little bit of a hint of what the Academy looks like. And the reason that I'm talking about this is that I'm doing another Q&A tomorrow. So I'm letting you know there's a link to it in whatever post you're looking at. Academy pricing goes up on Saturday. So I want everybody, if you're interested in the Academy, if you think you might be interested, make sure you come to the Q&A or go to the website, ask me questions, come to the whatever, because I want to make sure that you get in now before the price goes up. And I want to make sure that you get the support and the tools to bring who you are into the world. And I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm doing that for you, but who I'm really doing that for is all the people you are going to play for. The people whose lives you are going to change. So I hope that you will join me. I know some of you are already in the Academy, and I'm sure it's fun to kind of go back and say, oh, I didn't realize that was there. Oh, that wasn't there. Yeah. Join me in Hip Harp Academy. learn to harp on the good things in life, like freedom, and the freedom that you get through frameworks and structure and support, which is what is happening in Hip Harp Academy. All right, so I hope I see you at the Q&A tomorrow. I hope I see you in the Academy. I hope I see your questions. And everybody, thank you so much for being here. I will now attempt to end this. Go forth and harp on the